research. Well, I mean, there's two sides, just like to everything. You know, different people paying different people to do research on both sides of it. So, I mean, I would just implore you to try to educate yourself from as many different sides as possible. Yeah. Yeah, look it up. I mean, you could...
If you have like your own celery seed and you want to just use it because it's there,
yeah.
Know, I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, it's a bad thing if there's no way you can measure it, and I mean, you're not going to OD on nitrates from celery salt.
Right.
I mean, you're not going to OD on nitrates unless you eat like 3,000 sausages, and if you do that, then you know you're gonna have different problems before you have an OD of nitrates.
For preservatives, aren't they?
What's that?
The nitrates primarily for preservatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, historically, but then they kind of moved into, after refrigeration, they moved into more about the flavor because we've been using that type of curing for so long. So it develops from a preserving method to more established taste. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know about nitrates in meat, but in drinking water, like high consumptions of nitrates are linked to a bunch of health problems. So stomach cancer specifically. But I say that as someone who eats a lot of pure meat.
Yeah. Are you concerned? Like when you go to the grocery store, do you buy the nitrate or no added nitrate stuff? Yeah, so do I.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for coming. I can't remember where I put the shoulder. Totally like trap myself surrounded by work. What's that? After we break this down. How about that? What's our time? Are we like running way late here?
I cleared it for about 2.5 hours, and so that would be in like 15 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just break this down, and then we can start. Yeah, like with the intestines are used for casings, yeah. The other, I mean, yes, there are definitely ways to eat them. Let's see, what are they called? Chitlins, maybe, is that right? Basically like fried innards.
Yeah. Is there any good, like I had a goat with a friend and we use the stomach to like, we have the blood and make blood pudding. And cleaning out the stomach was just the most disgusting thing. Is there like any way to make it like less disgusting? Like so like you don't have to like, oh, I want to burn my clothes now.
Yeah, were you guys like running a hose on it, like from the get-go? Or were you more like scraping it with your hands?
Put it inside of a bottle and was scraping it. We didn't really, it was kind of like camping sort of things.
Oh, that's a pretty cool project to do on a camping excursion. Yeah, I would probably say that like using like a high-powered hose.
Really? That's
would,
what I was thinking, like pressure washer.
Yeah.
The skin is so much darker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this so
And rougher, it looks like.
this is like the inside, or the like the top of the shoulder right here. It's thicker, definitely thicker than the back, and it's dried a little bit. Probably good football making skin right here. Okay, so unless I'm doing something for the charcuterie plate, all of the skin would go into lard. I'd like roll it up kind of like this, and then just slice it like this, and then unwind it and throw it in the pan that I'm gonna put overnight for like 2 days. Just in with all the other random scraps of fat, and then it'll all render out. Okay, so this is the pork butt and the picnic down here. See the tip of the ribs, the neck going to where the head is, and the vertebrae going to where the loin would be, and the tenderloin, and the ham back there. What I'm going to do is go underneath the rib here and around the vertebra right here, and then up the chine bones. And it's basically just taking the knife and riding it along the bone. There's nothing really weird. It's just muscle attached to this section of the bone. So there's that. The ribs, and then the spare ribs were connected right here. Save that for stock. Okay, so the shoulder blade is right here. And there's a couple of cool things you can do with the Boston butt that I've been doing lately at Nostrana. What I will do is, I'll just go ahead and do it so you guys can see. Cutting off the top part of this, and then I'll butterfly it open and make like kind of like a porchetta roll out of it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all the way around the shoulder, and then I'll kind of have to carve out where the shoulder blade is. So right now, I'm putting my knife along the shoulder blade and basically just going around it, trying to get as much of the meat off of the shoulder blade as possible. So there we can see the shoulder blade curves in like this, and then there's a ball and socket like right here connecting to the front leg bone. And then with this, where the shoulder blade was here, there's kind of like already a little slit here. So I won't do it because I don't know, somebody might want this chunk to like roast, and I don't want to mess it up if they want to do something else with it. But I would cut it here, go down to like right here, and then I would do the same thing with this chunk. So it kind of just like folds open. Yeah, accordions out. And then a lot of times I'll cut this different, so this is a little bit longer. If I know I want to use this as a braciole, that's what I would call it at the restaurant, a roll. So then it would be like this big, roll it all out, and then saute some fennel, onions, put some spinach in there, cool that stuff down, lay it on the pork, and then roll it up, tie it, and then roast it in the oven. And then you slice it, and it's got this, it's kind of like cool spiral thing. But that's actually going to be on the menu tomorrow night. I'm going to make that tomorrow. Okay, so there's a little bit of skin left on here. Go ahead and take that off. So most of this would be really good for sausage, or doing like an overnight roast. So basically just cutting across to the bone, finding the bone, and
was that where the muscles naturally separate, or you just kind of
no. With this, I'm not really concerned like I am with the leg of going through the muscles, because most of this is going to be cooked long enough to where it's just like pulled pork, like shredded, or it's going to be made into sausage. Okay, so right here you can see the ball and socket on the shoulder. And same sort of thing, I'm going to open it up and then cut the tendon, and we'll just release. Like use gravity, I'll just hold the bone, and a lot of times you'll see people butchering animals that are hanging on a hook. It's actually really helpful because you're cutting and gravity kind of helps you pull it off, and it's not so, you don't have to like flip it around so much like what I'm doing on the table. This is how I learned, so I don't really mind doing it like this.
Does that make it naturally like fall apart along the muscles too?
It can make it easier, especially when you're doing larger animals like steers. It's really important to have them hanging because, for one thing, you're working with like an 800 pound like section of beef. There's no way that you're gonna need like 3 people if you want to just turn it over on your table. So when it's hanging, you can go around the whole thing and work from each different angle of the animal.
Do you, I don't know if you said this before, but do you butcher beef?
No, well, not usually. We're going to start, when we do beef, we usually do quarter of the beef. And that's something that we're going to start doing soon. A lot of it has to do with like the facility, the space. We just don't. Yeah, we don't really have the space to do huge things like that. Okay, so I just took this part, ball and socket is right there, shoulder blade right here. So I'm just going to go around the shoulder blade, and the shoulder blade has a little ridge, it's almost like a shark fin. So, and looking at it like this, the other side of the shoulder blade goes like this, it comes down to a point. So you just have to work your knife around that. And you'll see what I mean. A couple seconds here. This is a really good chunk to have like somebody practice on. Yeah, I probably had you practice on this, Brendan. Yeah, because it really doesn't matter if you mess up, especially if you're going to grind the whole thing. So, you could either say, be really careful, and then grind the whole thing, or just be like, have fun with it, and it doesn't matter if you mess it up. So this is the shoulder blade. And you can see, like, This is the fin that I was talking about. So if I was going to do an overnight with this whole thing, I would have definitely left these bones inside of it, because it's going to give it more flavor and it's going to create more collagen in the sauce, which is going to make it thicker. Yeah, so at this point, you could still overnight this. Maybe you'd even stick the bone back in it. That would be fine, and then tie it up, or you could cut it into chunks and make sausage with it. This is generally the part that all the sausage is made from. You can definitely make it out of the leg, but it's more diversified with fat and muscle in the shoulder, so it's going to produce a more softer, voluptuous sausage than a meat that doesn't have any fat in it at all. And we can always use the back fat from our chops, seeing as how we don't want customers to complain if there's too much fat. You can cut this off and freeze this and use this in making sausage or curing lardo. Or you could just render it.
I've only made sausage once, but we had a whole bunch of different types of meat, and all of the sausages that we made that didn't have pork mixed in, exploded or didn't cook up well. Is that something
So
the leaner the meat, it seemed?
Yeah, the leaner the meat, it also has to do with how well it's emulsified, and what temperature you stuff it at. You have to be very careful when the fat mixes in with the sausage. If it gets too warm, it'll separate, and then what's going to happen is the fat will cook kind of almost at a different temperature than the meat, and then it's gonna blow up your sausage casing. What were you making sausage with, beef or lamb? Or?
Beef, elk, buffalo, pork, and something alligator. I think.
Alligator.
Something.
Wow,
I don't
awesome.
know. My buddy got all of this meat. He's like, gotta put it in.
Well, put all of it in there.
He got a sausage maker for his birthday, so he
Nice.
He wasn't.
When you're making sausage with other types of meat than pork, I would always suggest mixing back fat into pork back fat into that, and being really careful about the temperature.
Okay.
You want
middle of summer.
Yeah, middle of summer. You guys are outside by the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've messed up sausage many times myself. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it, and there's a lot of intricacies that you have to really be careful with, or else you're either going to have a really gritty sausage, or your emulsion is going to totally break, and it's going to be dry, and there's going to be fat shooting out of it.
That's kind of more along the lines
Yeah.
of the sausage.
That probably had more to do with the temperature as you went along.
Okay.
When you say overnight it, do you mean cook it overnight?
Yeah. Sorry, that's just I forget. We have this lingo, kitchen lingo that overnight it. Yeah, that would mean setting this stuff up in a big rondo, cooking it on low for 12 hours.
And low is what?
Low is 200, 250.
Oh.
Yeah, actually tonight and over the weekend we had overnight pork shoulder on the menu in Nostrana, and that's what it was. This thing, and I make a paste to put on top of it that's garlic and anchovies, which is really good with slow cooked pork. Anchovies is the secret ingredient for everything you love, and you don't know why you love it. Thought that was what?
Oh, there was butter.
Oh yeah, and Nostrana, it's lard. You guys don't realize how much
Could you use
I
fish
cook in
sauce
it.
in place of anchovies?
What's that?
Could you use fish sauce in place of anchovies?
You could, yeah, you could use fish sauce in the actual
Teaspoon, tablespoon.
marinade, but the anchovy, it's basically made into a paste with the garlic, so it's a little bit more substantial. It's not necessarily a liquid sort of thing, but ultimately it's going to get totally incorporated into the sauce. So I think you probably could use fish sauce.
Just have that in the house. So.
Oh yeah.
Is 140 the interior temperature you're looking for?
With something like this, if you want to do an overnight pork shoulder, it's more about the texture of the meat instead of the temperature, because you're slow cooking it for a really long time. You want all of the connective tissue to break down. You want it to basically turn into like a pulled pork. So what I always do is take a skewer and, if I can stick it through the whole pork shoulder, and it can just bend through all the meat, it's like really shredded and ready to go. It might be a little higher than 140 because it's been in there for so long.
Did you say you cook that covered or is it uncovered?
Yeah, covered, lightly tinted with foil.
Okay. And then you've got the paste on, so it keeps it nice and moist inside. And anything on the bottom, or is it just?
It's what we do is we put a little bit of olive oil and lemon juice in the bottom of the pan. But because this shoulder is so fatty, it will basically start to render and then confit itself in the fat, and that's why it's just so delicious and you could just pull it apart with your fingers. Another thing that we'll do before putting on the fat is the paste is to score the fat, like in like a triangular fashion, and then kind of squeeze some of the paste into that. And a lot of times what we'll do is we'll save the skin from the shoulder to kind of like make a little blanket. So you have the fat paste in between the little pork skin blanket, and then tint it lightly with foil. So you're not like really burning that paste. It's just kind of slowly like soaking into the pork. You guys can still make it in the Strana. It's on the menu right now. So I think, we pretty much covered everything besides not having the head, which was unfortunate, but it took all of our time to do everything else. So, yeah, questions?
Is it your porchetta di testa? Is that different than head cheese?
Yeah, the porchetta di testa is a boned out pig head that is rolled up.
Right.
And the coppa di testa is the whole head of the pig cooked really slowly, like simmered in water for like 4 or 6 hours after it's been brined. And then you take that out, you take out the whole head, and you pick all the meat from the face, and which would include the tongue in the coppa di testa, and then take the liquid that you cooked. It's almost like a stock, and then you reduce that down to a third. And what that will do is it's like a highly reduced stock. It will be very gelatinous, and that gelatinous stock is what you set the little chunks of head in. So you cool it down, and the liquid sets, becomes like jello, like meat jello.
Yeah,
And then inside of there's like all the little, what's that?
It just turns into like one solid chunk.
Yes,
Nice.
one like solid square of aspic with all of the cool stuff kind of like floating inside.
Whereas the head cheese is more like a paste or like a
No, that is the head cheese. The head cheese is
Oh,
is an aspic.
right.
A brawn is another term. It's like meat set into aspic. And then the porchetta di testa is the roll of the head, literally in Italian.
How do you serve that? Just like
Charcuterie, yeah.
charcuterie?
Yeah,
Square
sliced super
or
thin.
slice?
Oh, the head cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, so generally what we do is we unmold it from the tree and just cut it into squares or like triangles. So I think today I just cut it into those super small pieces, but we would generally have a nice square so you can see all the stuff that's in it. Our degree
You do
coming
it
in.
just like that, or you put it on crackers?
It's really up to the customer. There's bread served with a charcuterie plate. Yeah, definitely. There's things that I put on the charcuterie plate that people are just like, this is way too weird. Not gonna try it. So yeah, I mean, definitely, it could be weird if you're not into meat jello. I mean, that's far end of the spectrum. It's not really meat jello, but it's definitely where jello comes from. No, don't tell me the truth.
Do you ever have people come in and order the plate like, yeah, I don't want to know. It just tastes great.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes, and it's fun. Sometimes I overhear people out in public like talking about charcuterie plates and charcuterie plate in the restaurant. It was so weird. It was like, like okay, I just let it go. Everybody has different tastes, but I'll definitely, create the opportunity for you to try something new. And that's the point of like using the whole hog, right? I mean, it's. We've got to figure out all these different ways to utilize everything, and maybe some things are going to be a little bit weird, but that doesn't mean they're not nourishing or delicious.
Awesome. Well, I want to just kind of bring it to an end, but I encourage everyone to come up and ask more questions and buy some of this amazing pork. And let's have a round of applause.
Thank you.
We'll be back November 13th with Chana DeWolf of Cryonics Northwest, and her talk is called From Sci-Fi to Salem, the History, Science, and Culture of Cryonics. What does the word cryonics bring to mind? Creepy scientists freezing dead bodies, plumes of liquid nitrogen vapor as corpses are committed to the doer.
And Walt Disney.
Yeah, dying people desperately grasping at straws for another chance at life. Chana will talk about these and other common images of cryonics as she leads a frank discussion of the history and the current state of cryonics as practice in the real world. From straight freezing the first human in 1967 to the development of carrier and vitrification solutions for optimal cryoprotection of the brain, cryonics advocates have made significant advances in cryobiological knowledge and cryopreservation technologies in hope of extending and saving lives. So yeah, definitely going to be fascinating. All right, thanks everybody. Definitely come up and ask more questions and hang out. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks for coming out.
And there's recipes and other information over there.
Yeah, there's some cookbooks up here if you guys want to look at some of them.
And there's still some charcuterie if you didn't get a chance to check it out.
Where can you buy such a house? Is that like
There's
special?
Well, you know what? Pretty much you could get something like that at probably like any hardware store. Maybe not this cool, but there's a place called.
Just want a big one.
Yeah, everybody needs one.
yeah.
Everybody needs one.
Yeah.
There's a cool place that's just on the other side of the river called Market Supply. That's like a butchering, sausage making place.
Oh, cool.
And they definitely have that. They have like these really cool knife holsters. Like I try not to go in there because I don't really need more toys, but
Awesome.
yeah, you're welcome. Do you guys want to buy any pork? Or?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
I got some plastic bags.
Okay.
Not
Cool.
the
Got
biggest.
plastic bags. I've got some service film.
And Eric, did you get some plastic bags? We have plastic bags too, big ones.
Oh, I would love, yeah, I
The
said
red
the
winged
little
blackbird. This is
Oh, we
the
had
trillium.
We have
Okay.
big plastic bags.
You have big ones? Yeah, I think I've got them right down there.
Oh,
Cool. Okay.
I got cake.
Awesome. So let me set up the.
I haven't thought about what I want. I'd like
some
meat.
meat. Yeah. Definitely.
This.
Do you need change as a question?
Oh.
So
What do we need?
yeah.
I said like $3 a pound. It's probably easier to keep it out of change.
Yeah. Out of
Wait, so
change
let's
land.
do $3 a pound.
Okay.
You can just like, I can just do like even amounts, you know?
Okay.
Until it gets to 20.
What kind of cuts do you want? What are you into?
And I can make change too.
I would love at least 2 pork chops.
Okay.
I feel like I'm not very picky. It always sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. For what?
For making change. Yeah. I can grab like. I'll go do that.
Okay, so let me see. You can do like a loin chop and a quarter chop.
Sure, whatever.
It all sounds delicious.
So that's 2.16.
throw on some lard.
Yeah. So
Or some little tidbits, yeah, to get it even.
let's see.
I think it's this. I think it's that
Maybe we could do
okay, no, that doesn't work out.
maybe a small blade shot. Let's see.
But that's the main.
It's 3.10, so we call that 3.
There's
Some good looking
How
lard.
much do you want to spend? $20?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Just give me what you think would be fun to cook with.
Okay.
I'm adventurous.
Well, do you have access to a grinder? Anything like
No.
that? Oh, okay.
Don't give me a grinding project.
Okay.
Or we could just, yeah, whatever.
Save
some chops. Yeah. Yeah, I can do less so everyone gets a little bit, you know?
Okay. We'll take this off and
Good.
find
Oh, no.
leg.
It's just my housemate's birthday, and I was like, one pork chop would make me really happy.
Those are sweet.
Yeah. He has like an exam today. I was like, oh, such little pork chop.
And then it's on 19 film source. They share an office with
That'll be cool. We'll do those little pounder thingies.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, genius. How long do pork chops like this need to cook? They seem pretty thick.
You could like sear it and throw it in the oven. If you like seared it, put it in the oven at like 350 for like 6 minutes,
Okay.
probably.
That's not long.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I mean it's really, really good quality pork, and you don't want to overcook it
Yeah.
for sure. So you can make some cutlets out of that.
Okay, so like cut against the grain for cutlet.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
you just want to like cut like this basically.
Okay. Deal.
So that's almost 3.5.
So I guess $20
So I can do, we could do 10 then for that. For that?
6.6. Okay.
So that's $10.
Yeah.
You want to just do?
Yeah, I can do a little bit more too. Yeah, let's go up to 20.
Okay.
I'll take 20.
Do you have any interest in like making a little bacon? Doing
Yeah.
curing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I don't know if I can cure it. I can't cure it. I don't feel like I can handle
Cure?
that.
Okay. It's just like basically salt and sugar and refrigerator space.
Refrigerator space is low.
Okay.
And low.
Okay.
7 housemates.
Um.
Fight for it.
Let's see.
I got change.
Oh,
Can we
great.
just round? Can we just round up to the dollar? So
Yeah.
if it's 330,
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
just round up, and then
Cool.
nobody's gonna be.
Do you want a chunk of shoulder maybe?
Sure. Neat. Excitement.
Yeah, overnighting shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we could grind it.
Do you have a crock pot?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Hello.
Yeah. Just put this. Just put it in the crock pot.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be awesome.
And I think there might be
So
many people.
yeah, that's like 6.3.
Great.
And then we'll throw in a bone.
Some bone for excitement.
Yeah, put this in with the in the crock pot too.
Deal.
Jenga.
All right. I will give money to the guy without the blood on his
Yeah,
hands.
let's
All
do
right,
that.
So
But it'll
what
go
do we
into
end
your
up with
pay.
there?
That was 6.7.
all right, so
So we'll just
Brought that.
So
Yeah.
smart.
okay,
yeah. Well,
we can round up to
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
So we'll round up 7. So 7 times 3 is
21. Which
Thank
is,
you.
Yeah. So, and you gave.
I gave him a 20.
20.
You're gonna 20. Thank you.
I got another 20. You want to break my other 20?
Here, I got a dollar.
Well, it was okay. I mean, it was close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? 6 points. Okay, cool. All right,
All right.
sweet.
Okay,
Little
so
chops,
Thank
come on
you.
home.
and
I don't know if they're out there
You-
fit. Maybe so big.
She brought a little box.
But
oh
I-
yeah, I love Nancy's yogurt. Let's use this since we
Yeah.
have it, and that way we
Great.
can.
I love the idea of having a bike near full of beans. Yeah.
All right, so shoulder in the crock pot.
Awesome.
Eat this first, like saute it up.
Saute it thin.
Yeah, cut it thin and then like pound it up a little bit.
Oh, and brine
These-
those.
and
how many
brine
percent?
these, yeah.
Brine these.
On it. 6 minutes. 350.
Like meat homework. Don't forget
Oh yeah.
that.
Don't
Oh
forget
yeah.
the bone. Awesome.
Yeah, throw
Oh,
that.
here,
Maybe
you got,
maybe you should close it
little
because
chunk.
if I
Oh,
close
yeah,
it,
good
I'm
call.
gonna get.
Thanks. Thank you
Little
so
that
much.
little- there's, like,
Oh,
Okay,
oh, hello,
chops.
friends.
yes.
Okay.
How about some chops?
Bringing
Bonus.
some home with me. Ooh, thanks so much.
Also want
Bye.
some.
You're welcome. Okay. Some chops. Okay, so this is ham. This is our other shoulder piece. What do you want to do with the shoulder? Grind it or?
Probably gonna crock pot.
Okay.
Just let it fall apart.
Yeah.
We should all have a dinner together.
I know all this food
I
talk
got
and.
enough.
Okay, so and.
Want some, you have some belly too? Or,
Mhm. Do you wanna use? Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely have some. Do you want to make some bacon? Is that-
yeah, I'd like to do
Ribs?
bacon, but then also just like pork belly.
This would be this piece is good for roasting. Usually,
Yeah, roasting piece would be awesome.
yeah.
And then bacon piece too.
So that's for roasting. This dark meat is really good roasted.
Mm.
I usually save that in part of the belly to like roast and then serve with rotisserie ribs. So it's kind of like a mix. Then, are there a lot of people that want to buy some to make bacon? I just want to make sure that like.
Yeah, I'd like to buy bacon.
Okay, bacon.
I just want to roast.
You just want to roast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roast the belly.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, this is so, what do you think, like that for bacon?
Sure.
Or do you want more?
Take a little more. I mean, I don't want to take too much.
Okay, so, well, let's see.
I'm not taking bacon. I'm just like
Bacon.
roasting.
You want bacon? Okay, well, let me just like kind of divide this into 3 then.
Right, babe? You don't want bacon, right?
No.
Okay.
What? Everybody wants bacon. So that's 8. So that's 24, basically.
That's fine.
Is that good?
Think it's a rib?
Yeah.
I've been reading the River Cottage book,
Oh, that's great.
so now I just want to eat everything. So.
Yeah. Let's get my cleaver after this.
Do you have a rib recipe?
Well, there's a rib brine. Did you get one of the brine sheets?
They're on the. There should be some on there.
What I would do is brine it, or you don't have to brine it.
I just haven't really cooked the ribs.
My favorite way to do it is, well, at home, is to take these and just like put them on a baking sheet with like some beer or something, and then foil it and put them in the oven at like 250 for like 2 or 3 hours,
Sweet.
and then grill them after they're super soft.
Cook them up and then finish
Yeah.
them and then roll.
So that's 9.7. You want a bone? That's 10 and a half.
Whatever.
So then we could call that 32.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wheeling and dealing over here.
Is anybody else claiming wine or parts of the wine? I get some of that too. You said you wanted some.
I definitely want some wine if possible. But
I got it.
Sorry.
Okay. Do you want something else? I'm sorry. I was trying
I was
to.
thinking about wine. How about these guys? I'll go first.
Okay.
You're gonna meat crazy. But I'm going meat crazy.
Yeah, and you can freeze the bellies, and you can even freeze the chops if
Yeah.
You wrap them up gently. Okay. That out. Okay.
I'll be quick.
Couple
Okay,
chops.
go ahead.
Okay.
And belly.
Would it be useful if I
32, yeah.
wash my hands to like
Yeah,
back thing
yeah,
or something?
sure. Definitely. Alright, let's go on my chips here. So these are all the quarters. Do you want like a loin chop and a quarter chop?
You want me to come out?
Sure, that'd be good to come up.
Yeah. And so that's two.
Thanks for coming.
What else?
Some belly for
For roasting?
Yeah.
Speak it, roasting piece.
And some shoulder, I guess.
Okay. Like for slow roasting?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay, that's 4.68. Let's see. Throw in some bones maybe if you're gonna overnight that or
Sure.
roast that shoulder. It's quite an echo in here when there's like not as many people.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so how about that? That's 5 pounds, 5.04.
Okay.
Yeah, so 15.
Cool.
Sweet.
Sweet. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Awesome. Can I have a couple of quarter chops? Is there enough?
Let's see, there's
Cool. And nice little.
okay. No, that's fine. You take off. And nice.
Nice little hunk for slow roasting.
Okay.
It's just me and him, so we don't have to go crazy.
Okay, like maybe half of this.
That's kind of a lot. Less than that, yeah.
Okay.
How about that?
Let's see. This, yeah.
Is that
So
too
it's a
much?
little- That's about 4.5.
And I was really intrigued by the little slicey ones that we could roll up
Oh, yeah.
and do stuff with. And
Oh,
that's
definitely.
it.
Okay, so
Set.
Yeah.
I forgot about the pork loin. I guess that's
So-
enough.
so this is like a perfect one for you guys to do that with.
Yeah, that is the line.
What's that?
Is it?
No, this is off the leg.
Oh, okay.
But it's pretty similar. It's like a similar size muscle.
Okay.
Let's see. So that's 5.3.
That's plenty.
Okay. So with this, you just like cut it like this, and then pound it.
Okay. Perfect.
5.3 would that be 16?
16. There you go. Thank you. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks a lot
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Great,
Thanks for
great
coming.
seminar.
Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Wow, that's amazing.
Cool.
You do this a lot?
I've done it a couple times at my house, just like for friends that want to buy or split
That's
whole
perfect.
animals.
We're booking.
And that's kind of like one of my friends knows Tobias and saw the pictures from a butcher demo.
Yeah.
At my house. And
Just
so
keep
I
me posted.
hooked up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do it more often. I think people are really into
Yeah, it's
it.
great to
And
meet
then,
you guys.
you know, I could always split it up, like talk about the head more, and you know, maybe even go through like actually curing some stuff.
Wow, yeah. A lot of interest around here, I think. That's great.
Yeah, that's great.
My turn.
Yeah, thanks.
Or maybe he wants to turn.
Sure, I'll take shoulder because I'll put it for like a nice leech on recipe.
Oh yeah.
What I want.
Actually, that's what I want some like pig skin to go on top of it, so I'm gonna put it in the oven.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. This is from the belly. Probably.
I got one, but
How much do you want? Like a big chunk?
Honestly, yeah, I could take because this is gonna be a fair amount of people good this weekend, so.
Okay.
So
Well,
like
let's. Is anybody else like interested in buying a lot of shoulder before
Or
I'll buy shoulder. I definitely want some, but
Some shoulder.
Okay.
I'm hoping for 3 chops.
3 chops? Okay.
and whatever else.
We want just a little bit of shoulder.
A little bit of shoulder. Okay.
I could augment it then as what is it? Take some ribs too then.
Okay. You know what? If you're gonna do that, I would say
There you go.
you could do this.
Yep.
Or you could even, if no one else is really interested in these hocks, you could do both of these and kind of like do an overnight a long cook.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
with a little bit of the shoulder.
Yeah, that works. Maybe
It's gonna be really good because these bones are still in, and it's
Yep.
gonna be delicious.
How would you cook the hops?
I would like brine these, or just salt them really heavily if you don't want to do a liquid brine, and then braise them in some stock or some liquid. I mean, however,
Guess a dumb
I'm gonna do a really low
What
roast
does
of those.
braised mean? It's like you
like
cook in
slow
liquid?
cooked in
liquid.
liquid. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you can handle like a really slow roast, like almost like a pig roast,
Oh yeah.
then they
This
can handle. Yeah, that's what.
this
I
would be perfect
When
for
it's
that.
braising, would you want to like move it around in the pan?
Yeah,
Okay.
but not have the water more than 2/3 up
2/3.
to.
Okay. And like at about like 350? Like is that
Yeah, 300,
300?
325. Okay, and you wanted some ribs?
Yeah, let's get a couple.
Okay, let's see where did I put those.
Would it be good to like throw like root vegetables in it? Or
Oh yeah, definitely. And then
Yep.
and then you can incorporate that into the sauce. Does anybody else want ribs? Just to get
You want
an
some ribs?
idea?
Yeah, we'll take some ribs.
You want some ribs? Okay. So let's see, just so everybody gets some. Let's do that. So that's about 7.5.
All right.
7.56. Do you want?
call it 23.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Hard to remember what else there was.
Oh, you want some skin?
Yeah. The trick is initially the skin was going to be for the
Oh, yeah,
shoulder.
yeah,
But
but
the
these
hocks
have
already have the
skin.
skin anyway, so that's actually
Yeah.
kind of saves me the hassle.
Yeah.
So, she should be good.
So 23.
Yeah, that's good. Actually, I think I have 23.
Right.
Where did I see it? 10. Come on. Oh, that's right. 15. 20.
Are there chops left?
Mm-hmm.
23.
Sweet. Thank you.
If he's got his own bag.
Oh, that's right.
It's bigger.
Yeah, those are like my favorite. To do slow cooking, they're gonna be really good.
Yep. I think I'll probably brine it for the weekend too, so I'm gonna give it enough time.
Yeah, I usually brine those for like 2 or 3 days.
Yep. That's what tomorrow, and then they'll be ready for Sunday.
Awesome. Yeah. Have a great night. Thank you. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 loin chops. 5. Okay, so
Three
want-
chops, however however you want to divide it.
Oh, just go ahead.
3 chops. You guys want some chops if you
I'd
can?
take a couple chops.
I'm with her.
Oh, okay, okay.
We'll
And
take
you
some
want
ribs and the chops, yeah.
Okay. Let's do like a leg chop and then a blade chop.
For variety.
Yeah, a little variety here. Oh, and there's also this will be really good because the bone is in here. It's gonna make it. It's gonna make it really nice. And there's also the end of the loin. What I can do is I can cut chops out of here too.
Sure.
So they just be like boneless chops. Do you want one of those, like a boneless chop, or?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want a total of 3.
Okay. So I'll do this just to give us a little bit of variety here.
Our daughter was watching it on the live cam.
Awesome.
Oh,
She
really?
got off
There
work.
was a live cam?
She got off work and she says, "Oh, I'm missing
Now,
it." I
you
said,
actually are a performance artist.
I didn't know that, but
But
well,
then-
actually,
but then it ended. So
I forgot
said,
it.
"Go
I
do
read
your
that
homework."
you guys were gonna do that.
But she thought it was kind of fun to get a little peek at it.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was nice. But no audio, right? There was audio.
There is audio,
Oh,
but
maybe the way she had it set up.
it cut out at one point. That definitely did.
Oh, okay,
happen,
it's
which
all right.
is-
She's hearing impaired anyway, so I said, well, you wouldn't have been able to understand what he was saying anyway.
Okay, let's see.
So, did you leave any meat on what would have been the rib tips?
No, I didn't. And so those are already gone. So those
Okay.
were attached to here.
Okay.
Because I cut cut closer to the head, that part of the rib was like really small. And sometimes I'll do it differently so I can have like some nice meat on the rib tip. I know it is really good. Who else wants some ribs? So maybe. That looks like that's about 3.6. This is the rib meat too, but there's no bones in it. How much do you guys want? A little bit, or?
How much is it? 3.6?
It's 3.6. So
we'll go to $20.
You go to $20. Okay, the 6.6. 6.7. That's what we figured out. So. See, we still got a lot of chops, actually.
We can have more chops, I
You guys
guess,
want-
unless there's not enough for other
2,
people.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
We
8,
just-
9. We've got like 9 more chops. So
I just want 2.
you just want 2?
I want 2.
2.
I'll take some chops. I'll take whatever. Basically, I'm taking
Whatever.
I guess
whatever
that.
I can get.
Piece down.
I want some chops, but I'll take
Do you guys want some of this leg to use with cutlets?
Okay.
Sure. You can, so basically just like take off the silver skin here and then cut it into steaks going down this way.
And then whack
And
it.
then just fry it. Yeah, you can whack it, or you can just
Cut it
cut it.
thin and
Yeah, and then just pan fry it. Okay, so that's 6. What do we say, 6.7? It's gonna be hard to find.
And we don't want to touch it because it has raw meat goodies.
So we're just looking for like
Oh well, I mean it's under 20. I guess that's okay.
0.7. This is gonna be. Yeah, would you guys be into like making a little stock with some bones? That's about 1.
Or we could just stop.
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are there any other miscellaneous parts you were hoping for, hon?
A little piece of belly.
What would we do with the belly? I forgot.
You could like roast it.
Okay.
Roast it with some vegetables.
And like, could we? Because like mostly we have a Traeger. I mean, we have a turkey roaster too, but we have a Traeger. Would that be good? Just to let it be in there.
No, it needs to be moist.
Yeah, it would be better to do it in like a pan in the oven with like a little liquid in it.
Okay.
Yeah. I could cut another little like cutlet piece for you guys
Okay.
from the lake. So we can.
Slice and dice.
Progressively tinier pieces to get to.
Now these will be good.
Oh,
Perfect.
Thank you.
There you go.
It's got a little bit of bleach in it.
I'll make
so
you
it's-
carry it.
There you go. Here's your bag.
Several delicious.
2 chops.
Okay.
So are we clear on how to use all the different pieces we have?
2 pounds of bacon.
Oh, okay.
Or
Glad you were
fish
paying
right on
attention.
Do you want one of these porters?
Sure.
Okay.
So that's a loin right there.
Yeah, the tenderloin. And you wanted some bacon?
Yeah. About 2 pounds of it.
Okay.
Because we could do how much as a roast. We just had it so on it's
Probably.
Good enough.
Oh, almost perfect.
And then some of the shoulder.
Okay. What do you want? Like maybe half of this?
Maybe
or-
about half of it, or a little more than half, whatever. Yeah, right there. That's perfect.
Perfect.
Tower. So this is 7.5. Stop. Yep, 7.5. So 23.
How much are the chops? Just the chops, just because that's for something else. So $6.
Bacon, shoulder.
What is our total?
23.
So where are we at with that? We hold on to that. It's separate. 23. Alright, cool, perfect.
So, Lorenz, you could work with us at the farmer's market anytime.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can do a whole steer every Saturday.
Yeah. It's a farmer's market. Yeah.
Thank you so much. And
Yeah,
I just
thanks
have a
for coming out.
question. With the shoulder, the vegetarians will be there until Friday. We would cook it on Friday. Should we put it in the freezer? Or should we?
This
Like-
Friday with the shoulder.
Or should we like brine
No,
it and keep it
yeah.
in the fridge?
Yeah, brine it. Brine it. That chunk you could probably brine like 14 hours or something like that.
Okay.
Not for like 2 days, but overnight and maybe
Sure.
into the afternoon.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then just take it out and it'll be fine in the refrigerator.
Perfect. Yes. I think I'll have it on Friday.
What part's the Boston
The Boston butt.
butt? Is that been cut up, or
That was
some ham? A couple.
so that's this part, and then what they just got.
Cool. So
So this is part of the Boston butt, and then this is
Okay.
part of the ham.
cool. Well,
And then, I mean, this we could just say is a belly. It's like the end of the ribs. So this could be roasted as a belly or made into bacon.
I'd love to have that piece.
Okay.
How many pounds is that?
That is 2.2.
Oh, wow.
And you wanted some chops?
Yeah, a couple chops.
Like, this has a nice piece of tenderloin. It's got a little bone in there, but take this out so it doesn't. No shards.
I have one more question. If you
Sure.
wanted to try the lardo,
Uh-huh.
could you go to New Seasons and they would cut you a piece of that?
Of the back fat?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You could probably do that. You just want to make sure New Seasons would be a good place to go. A lot of toxins are stored in fat. So it's to make the lardo, it's really important to definitely have, like either organic hog or something that's coming from like small. Yeah, they probably have fat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So 4. I put it in. Did you want?
Well, then I would just take whatever else is easy to cook because I put not the chops.
Okay.
Some for others.
Okay.
This is 4, so
They're usually 6 to 7. I put in the newsletter 6 to 8:30, and I thought that I put on the website. But
Okay.
like
like a
typically
piece of the leg that you could. Okay.
Pretty easy to.
Yeah. So just take this and like cut it like this. Not like that, but like this into little medallions, and you could pound it or just sear it up. Let's see what we got. That's 5, basically 5.04.
Okay.
Decent.
Cool.
So that's 15.
Wow.
Wait.
Anything else? Well, you know, that's good. I'll just take this for right now and see what's
but they start opening it.
Hawthorne has a whole food court. 14 and
12.
Or 12.
So 15.
12. Pyro's Pizza 12th and
What do you
Hawthorne.
think?
It's not the closest, but
What do
it's
you
the
think?
one that would definitely be
We should
open.
probably be next to put this
And
thing on,
Pyro's
right?
Pizza
No,
is
keep
the best.
going.
Just gonna get $5 back.
Yeah, sure.
12th and Hawthorne.
Please.
You know, as long as we have like, what did you say, like 4 chops, 4 chops and some belly,
A
then
bunch of chicken liver.
Oh, 9:15.
Bye, you guys. I'm gonna try and make country pate.
Mm-hmm.
So what would I use? I mean, what kind of like?
okay, totally overcharged them.
Probably shoulder.
Which one?
Either,
Oh,
either
this-
shoulder or leg
let's
would
get
be
that
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially if it's being mixed with liver.
Right.
No way.
Yeah.
Cool.
Possible.
Yeah, I was just saving it for
Do you have that book?
That's ridiculous.
Stuff
is.
You could just.
figure out. Let's look for some country pate recipe online.
Yeah, online.
Like
Yeah.
I got livers, I got the pork.
Yeah, I kind of want to put stuff in different bags.
There,
Yeah,
there's
you know
other
that.
good ones in there,
I'm
but
gonna grab it.
you can definitely find some.
Ooh,
nice ones
Sharpie,
online.
good idea. Ooh.
So.
So who wanted to be next? I mean,
Well, you should probably get some stuff. Toby knows what we're getting. I just don't know what it is. I think he wanted like belly and
yeah,
chop.
my housemate wanted
I
like
didn't know what you
3
wanted, so.
pounds. I don't know. She has kids, so whatever kind of.
Well.
And I wanted to make pate, and you gonna sell scraps for like sausage making?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
There's
like?
definitely gonna be some scraps for grinding.
Okay. Would it be alright if pate was gonna make tomorrow? But
Uh-huh.
could I like freeze all the scraps and make the sausage at my leisure?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could totally freeze the scraps. Let's see. So, for for the kids, let's see.
Yeah, something that's easy for a single mom with 2 kids to cook.
Yeah.
Two picky kids.
Sometimes kids like kind of freak out about fat, so I would
It's
say,
hard to say.
yeah.
Like we had venison last night, and they're like, "No." It's like, "Shut up, Star."
I know. Put your tongue back in your mouth. My daughter does that. She's like, eh. Like, no. You say no, thank you, and that's good.
Right? Yeah.
So,
So this.
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I have a friend who hunts a lot of deer, and he says his favorite part is the back strap of the deer, the like back
Yeah.
muscles. Does a pig have that same thing?
It's kind of like the loin.
Oh, really?
That's the muscles that like.
Yeah,
Run.
it's kind of that's the pig's version. Okay.
Mhm. So this would be good and really quick.
Ooh, like cut it up like you were saying.
Cut it up like
little
this, yeah.
medallions And pound,
Mhm.
pound.
Yeah, and just like brown it on both sides.
Yeah, they really chop.
Let's see. So, and I could probably find some more of that too.
Actually, how much is it? $3?
$3 a pound.
Okay, she gave me 12.
That makes it easy.
Yeah,
How much did she give you?
she gave me 12.
Okay. Let's see.
And she's buying
And that-
chest
and
freezes.
so
tomorrow.
is that what part is that?
Well, this
Shoulder?
is the leg.
Okay.
So, does anybody want to make hams? I guess that's the question.
Yeah. I'll take some.
You'll take.
No. I'll take what's left.
So you would be into curing for ham. Curing the ham.
What is it? What do you need as far as like for curing for ham? Do you need like a smoker? Or?
No, you pretty much just need to brine it in a container. So you need space in your refrigerator with some sort of container to brine it.
That might be hard.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard if you have limited space.
Yeah, that's what I was like wondering. It's like, could I put it down in a basement? Not gonna make
No,
it
it yeah, it really needs to be refrigerated.
Alright. Dig a hole in the backyard. No,
Right.
just kidding.
Dig yourself a root cellar really
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Okay, this is another good piece for. Let's see what you say. She gave you $12.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I wanted stuff for pate and sausage. If you don't have a sausage stuffer, only like you just